Aloha everyone, what is really good my dudes? Today is July 18, 2022. We got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see a Scattershot strike by the ninjas. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, to get started, I do have to mention that there's a new treasure hunter promotion called the Academy of Heroes, which is introducing a chance to get a tradable cosmetic ability override for the Hurricane and Dragon Breath ability. It's not guaranteed, this is obviously a chance, it's probably going to be extremely rare, but here is the cosmetic override for Dragon Breath, which does look really cool, gives it a blue effect, and Hurricane looks pretty cool as well. But as I said, these are on treasure hunter, and that's really unfortunate. I really wish they would just put these on the marketplace and allow us to buy them outright. Cosmetic overrides for abilities are something I wanted for a very long time, and when we first got the Sunshine one, I was really excited about it. But if they continue to add them to Treasure Hunter, it's something I'm not really going to be happy about. But if you are interested, this promotion, Academy of Heroes, is coming to Treasure Hunter Thursday, July 21st. That said, let's look at the Ninja Strike and see what they've done with today's update. First off, with the login and lobby screens text components, they have replaced them with true type fonts. The world map icon tooltips for the archaeology excavation site are now split over 2 columns if there are more than 3 artifacts or materials, so that they better fit a mobile aspect ratio. Taking a look at farming, leprechauns now confirm successful noting of produce by using items with an info box. Leprechauns and farmers now remain in place rather than wandering around the farm. Farmers will now offer items for sale in a shop rather than through dialogue, and they now have their pay option as a left click. Looking at Pyramid Plunder, instead of 3 to 4 entrances to the Pyramid Plunder taking you to an empty tomb, all 4 entrances will now take you to the Guardian Mummy, and players with 41 or higher thieving entering Pyramid Plunder are now successfully stealthy to always avoid a random act of violence from its Guardian Mummy. This leveling benefit is indicated in the thieving skill guide. They've converted various feedback messages in Pyramid Plunder to info boxes, so you get feedback if your chat is closed. Looking at Bladed Dive and skilling tools, the augmented Crystal Chime, Chisel, Hammer, Knife, Saw, Tinderbox, Enhanced Pyromatic, Hammertron, and sculpting chisels of Bandos, Gothic, Saradomin, Sarin, Zamorak all now allow you to use Bladed Dive when wielding with laceration boots or an appropriate offhand item. Catalyst fragments from Sliske's endgame now count as an offhand for Bladed Dive, similar to other skilling offhands. Fixed a bug that prevented green text about laceration boots from appearing in the Bladed Dive tooltip when the ability's wield requirements are met. Clarify the requirement tooltip for the ×2 icon when Bladed Dive is dragged to the center of the Power's parent interface. Taking a look at hitboxes, the agility obstacles at Het's Oasis are now easier to tap on mobile. Wisps now maintain their same click box when turning into fountains. Bird snares are now easier to tap on mobile, and the agility obstacle on Anachronia are now easier to tap on mobile. And that is it for your main Scattershot Ninja Strike. We're going to now shift on over to the patch notes and see what's been changed with today's update. So let's go ahead and check it out. Starting off with Lord of Chaos, they adjusted Zamorak's common drop table, as well as the weighting for rares. Players will now be awarded more common loot and higher chances at rare drops for Zamorak when running the Elite Dungeon. Any summoned monster during the Zamorakian Undercity Elite Dungeon will now show summoned in parenthesis on their name to differentiate between summoned monsters and standard monsters. Completing the Zamorakian Undercity Elite Dungeon will now progress daily dungeoneering challenges. This does not work for story mode, however. Following feedback, changes have been made to the way group Enrage works for the Zamorakian Undercity encounter. Enrage is now shared between groups of 2 to 5 players, meaning your highest Enrage will be applied to every group size. Messaging has been updated at the end of a Zamorak Lord of Chaos encounter to clearly state the highest Enrage you have achieved. Solo Enrage is tracked separately and remains unchanged. When you next log in, your Enrages for groups 2 through 5 will be looked at by the system, and the highest amount will be taken. A chat box message will appear to inform you of this. During the Zamorak fight, if you are within Infernus, you will now hear Zamorak's voiceover. If you're in a solo encounter, you will hear the voiceover of the Decimate attack. If you're a group encounter, you all hear the voiceover whilst inside Infernus. To avoid any confusion when trying to enter a Zamorakian Undercity Elite Dungeon with loot to claim, the following message has been made. A new interface will appear when clicking a chest, allowing players to choose between collecting dungeon or boss loot. Following feedback, the amount of Reaper kills given out for Zamorak Lord of Chaos has been brought in line with with other Elite Dungeon boss tasks. You are now asked to kill Zamorak 2 to 3 times rather than 1 to 8. If you have Freedom Mode unlocked for the Zamarakian Undercity, using the Zamorak teleport will now place you directly inside the arena rather than outside the portal. Please be aware if the boss fight has already started, you will not be able to teleport into the arena. Added quick chat option for Zamorak kills and highest in rage. When wearing the Vestments of Chaos armor set, the buff icon for the Berserk ability will now correctly last for 26 seconds rather than 20 seconds. During the Infernal Tomb mechanic in Zamorak, the Chaos Demon will now spawn in facing east towards the portal rather than south. Fixed an issue that would cause Zamorak to appear in an incorrect location during phase 7 of the Zamorak fight. The Inner Chaos buff is now cleared after killing Zamorak and teleporting away from the boss arena. Whilst in Infernus, during the Zamarakian Undercity Elite Dungeon, the escape option on the portals didn't actually do anything. Now you'll be able to leave the dungeon completely as intended. Players will no longer be stalled when Eterna teleports. Fixed an issue where wearing the Vestments of Chaos armor would show the incorrect amount of player adrenaline when a piece of the outfit was removed. Fixed an issue with clickbox size on the portals within the Zamarakian Undercity. Added the Worst Witch's Grimoire requirement for the Master Questscape achievement. Finding and Reading Archaeology Journal HFA now awards the Madness and Malediction achievement, which has been added to the Master Questscape. Zamorak Lord of Chaos is now correctly displayed on the Grim Gem. Corrected a typo in the Zamarakian Undercity option in the Elite Dungeon chest teleportation UI. Updated visibility of rare drop animation around the player. And hotfixed an issue where Zamorak's red bar would reset in phase 7 at 1500 plus in rage. Looking at some other changes today, damage done to Raksha's shield is no longer capped based on Raksha's remaining health. Iron Men are now included when sharing drops via group loot share. On the beach, the Sunshine ability while attacking and destroying the pinata no longer causes a script error. Added the missing active option to the remaining auras in the aura management interface. Jellyhead head will no longer spawn on the water on the Cannonball Run island. Added a missing Plover Bird's teleport option to the Trapper outfit. Hydra's regrowth ability can now be cast on the Traherne tree patch. An issue preventing some players from completing Missing Presumed Death has been fixed. Fixed an issue which caused the Carapac wrist wraps to appear twice in the Grand Exchange window. Fixed an issue where a Dine Arrow projectile shot backwards. Have the drop chance of Dino eggs from segregation and Zygomite sporelings from care styling. Fixed an issue with gathering resources after the Corrosis encounter. Corrected a few typos during the Desperate Measure quest. Fixed an issue with being able to use the Strange device in the wilderness. Fixed an issue where gathering fungal spores from decaying Varrock guards with the Volcanic Trapper outfit equipped resulted in the player collecting only one piece of fungal spores instead of 2. Fixed an issue where the collection log was shown every time the red and green goblin mail was obtained. Changed the art journal to no longer work while on the Heaven Agility course. And finally, the Twisted Jester walk preview now shows up correctly in the customizations menu. That is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there, check them out if you wish to do so. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you'd like to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.